isn't coming right for us? Now that there's just a technicality.
I want to emphasize up front that this isn't political to me. I honestly don't know much about the situation. The only thing I do know is what I'm seeing in my social media feed, and that part is pretty disgusting. And just like with other things that should have been neutral, like masks or vaccines or a virus, people have turned this into something political, and I don't understand that kind of tribalism. From what I can see, there are three reactions to all this. There's people on the left doing what they always do. There's people on the right who seem to be approaching all of this with at least some critical thinking. And then there's this new third group, the Trump supporters. At this point, they seem to be less of a political group and more of a cult. I haven't seen anything like this since Black Jesus. And here's how you can tell the difference between conservatives and Trump supporters. If what I'm saying right now makes you angry, congratulations, you're a Trump supporter. Those people seem to have split off into this strange third category where every single event, no matter how dark, somehow gets framed as a win for their guy. And I genuinely cannot understand how ICE shooting a woman becomes a political victory for anyone. But the people cheering the loudest seem to be his biggest supporters. And don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-Trump. I'm pro-critical thinking. When these situations come up, I encourage everyone to take each and every individual situation and apply critical thinking. Don't just go with what your party says. Don't just go with what your guy says. Don't wrap your identity so much into who you support that you lose sight of your own morals and values. And again, I don't know the political context of this situation. I just don't care enough to look into it. But I do know that it's disturbing to see people celebrating a woman being shot. And I can't say this with certainty. I doubt that woman and I shared a single political view. I'm almost positive she would have hated everything I stand for. Just look at some of the videos I posted in the past. This one. It's pretty clear what I believe. But that doesn't mean I wish death upon her just because we didn't share the same political views. It doesn't mean I take pleasure in what happened to her. And it certainly doesn't mean that I see it as a win for my guy. This whole thing reminds me of the COVID years, where people turned masks, vaccines, and the virus into entire identities. And when that moment passed, a lot of people were left with nothing. No identity, no cause. So they wait for moments like this. And when they get one, they react the same way they always did. Angry, sarcastic, and cruel. Now at this point, you might be wondering what my position on all that was back then. You probably see it as a test of some kind.
Let's see what this sumbitch thinks about the scamdemic. I got some rights.
Yeah, my position never changed. If wearing a mask made you feel better, fine, do it. If it didn't, don't. If getting a shot made you feel safer, do it. If it didn't, then don't. That's it. Why on earth would I give a single fucking turd what anyone else did and how they felt? I don't care. And what's more, I don't have a need to feel superior or belittle anyone about anything. Well, except for the people I'm talking about here today. The people who are all in for their guy. The people who are cheering about Venezuela when they couldn't even find it on a map if their lives depended on it. But hey, their guy did it. Also about that, just so you know, he did not dress up like Rambo and go get whoever the Venezuelan guy was. I don't even know, because I don't get emotionally invested in things that don't affect me, my friends, or my family. And if you do, I suspect that has more to do with what's happening inside your head than what's happening out in the world. But yeah, I've seen the posts. I've seen the names people are calling this woman, and I can't understand how someone you've never met can make you this angry. And you know what? I watched the video, and I do have thoughts. And this will probably upset some of you, but I don't think the shooting was justified. This wasn't some narrow alley split-second action movie scenario. He wasn't trapped. He wasn't cornered. She wasn't barreling down on him at top speed. No, dude. He was standing slightly off to the side of the front of her car. She was at a complete stop, and he was like a foot away. When she accelerated, he was able to casually step out of the way. That's not me. That's on the video. Go look again. And after stepping out of the way, he shot her. To me, that doesn't look like fear. It looks like ego. It looks like some little man who probably drives a big F-150 felt disrespected because she didn't respect his authority. He did not look like someone who feared for his life. He just looked pissed off. And yeah, I've heard the stories about his past, about his trauma, about the PTSD, all of it. And if those things are true, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. Now, I'll admit, this is just my opinion. I'm no expert, but neither are you. A lot of people are talking about this like they're professional investigators, just like during COVID when everybody suddenly became an expert on viruses, transmission, and public health. And where did they get that information? TikTok. So yeah, that's where I stand. And on the thumbnail, I said I was going to tell you the truth about this woman, and here it is. She wasn't a political symbol. She wasn't a talking point. She wasn't content. She was a human being who made a split-second decision that cost her life in an unfortunate and very chaotic incident. And no matter what her politics were, she didn't deserve to die. Anyway, that's it. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know all the reasons I'm an idiot in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, click notifications, and I will see you next time.